Welcome! Today we're going to discuss the tool prototyping, and as you can already guess by the word, this tool is used by creating different sorts of prototypes. These can be very helpful for design teams to test their concepts and products with their clients and their users. The tangible realization creates a visualization and can be used as a helpful tool for researching user opinions and interactions. We will demonstrate this tool with the help of the case of the Parktheater.
Okay, so thank you for being here, Lisa. You used prototyping as a design tool for your project. Can you shortly explain what you did?
Yeah, for Parktheater we had to develop a game that could connect people. So by this we mean connecting companies and stakeholders, finding connections, creating connections or deepening existing connections. And for this we had to create a prototype for our client to see if all his wishes were met.
Okay, so how did you develop the first prototype?
For the first prototype, we really tried to keep into account the wishes of our client. So the first setup was kind of like the game of Goose, with different elements that basically gave players the chance to create a connection.
Okay, thank you. Okay, and what did you do with that?
Well, we showed our first prototype to the client, and we found that a lot of new insights came about in this meeting because we used the prototype as a discussion point, which allowed the client to really see how it would be used in practice. And in this way, a lot of new insights came about that otherwise would not have been there if we didn't use the prototype.
Okay, that sounds clear. And how did the client react to that?
He thought at first that the game was quite limited. So then after a discussion and a dialogue with our client, he came to the conclusion, or we came to the conclusion that it would be nice that the game didn't have a starting or end point.
Okay, and how did you implement this?
Well, keeping in mind the discussion we had with our client, we decided to make the game infinite and essentially created infinity loops that would be implemented in the game and allow the user to play it for as long as they would want to.
Okay. And what did you do with this prototype?
Well, we showed it to our client again, and this again created a new dialogue about what improvements could be made, and he felt that it was very limited to people who do not know each other yet. So the idea was that the game should be extended, and essentially another dimension should be created for people who do know each other already, so that they could also play the game.
Okay, thank you. And what did you do with this feedback?
Well, we took it into account and we created a game that could be played at 2 levels. So essentially we created another dimension for people who already knew each other and gave them the ability to play the game as well. This was great because, you know, it created another dimension and also provided more interactivity for the users. And we developed some playing cards to involve in the game as well.
Okay. And how did the client react to this third prototype?
Well, we showed the prototype again, and this was really awesome because he again got to see how the game would be used in practice, and he was generally very happy with the result.
Okay, that's nice. And what will be your next step?
The next step is develop questions for the playing cards and to test the prototype with users. So there will probably be a lot more insights that will come about from this and a lot more prototypes, but I think it's the next logical step.
Okay, so overall, what was the added value for your project to use prototyping?
Well, the added value was really that using a prototype as a conversation piece really helped us get to new insights that otherwise would have not been there if we didn't have the prototype with us. Once we actually have a tangible product in front of us, I'm sure there will be a lot more new insights to discuss, but you know, we can keep developing from this.
Okay, so Lisa, thank you for your clear story, and I hope the game for your project will be a great success.
No worries, thanks.
Besides the case you just saw, you can apply prototypes in many different cases and in many different ways. There are a lot of phases in between of low and high fidelity prototyping where you can still design prototypes. Just make sure that you know beforehand what you would like to test and in which phase. For more information, you can check out the LibGuide and start designing yourself.